Oh dear. Let me turn that down. Oh my gosh, I'm so close to the camera today. Oh my gosh. So how's it going? Oof. It's been a hot minute since I've had a stream, hasn't it? Oh my goodness, so much has happened. I just don't know where to start. Well, first of all, I did get a new job it's very full-time, and that's just been like sucking up all of my time, and then like, you know, I had a few like roadblocks. I don't know, it's like whenever I have a lot going on, I just feel like I can't really do much of anything except like what is needed of me. So it was almost like, oh my god, I needed to like just get all this stuff that I've just been piling up and like just clear all out my schedule. A lot of it is like stuff that I know that I had planned for a very long time, but I don't know, something about having a packed schedule, it's just like I just get so overwhelmed. But there's a lot I want to talk about. So, first things first, last I saw y'all, gosh, how long ago was it? Like 3 months ago? Anyway, so first things first, basically they switched up my medication and they wanted me to try a few first before my insurance would approve of the stuff that I tried on a trial basis that worked really well. And I couldn't tolerate the ones they wanted me to try first. And I was on those for a few weeks because they wanted me to at least finish the full regimen unless something like was horribly wrong. But, you know, it kind of like messed me up a bit, but not in like a harmful way. I just felt like, you know, I wasn't like at my peak. And so while I was recovering from that, because I got the medication that worked properly back, then I was trying to adjust to that. And then I also had a wedding coming up, a very big wedding. My brother got married. Yes, hi Zach, how are you? I'm back. Oh gosh, my mic is so loud. I'm so sorry. Let me turn that down just a little bit. Yes, I am back. Just giving a quick update. I was on talking about my brother's wedding, and I guess I don't have as much stamina. Hello, fun time, Freddy. You got a long name there. So yeah, I was just talking about my brother's wedding. It was like quite a distance away. And it was in a very strange area. And I was away for like basically a whole weekend. And the thing about my brother and his wife is they're very active people. So they had this whole like weekend planned for the whole family. And, you know, I felt obligated to stay. And I had a great time. I'm really glad I did stay, but boy, did it take a lot out of me. Yeah. Yeah, and I was in the wedding too, so it was like, it was like just a lot of pressure. Well, first, I rode with my parents there, and we checked into my hotel, which was just like a Hampton Inn, not anything fancy. And it was really close to the venue, so I wanted to be close. Like, it was like a minute drive. Yeah, it was a long drive, and I don't like driving for long distances. And so I got checked into my hotel room, and keep in mind, it was crazy hot. Like, the entire time we were there. Like, it was in the 90s the entire time we were there. And so I was exhausted from the car ride. And we stopped at like a coffee shop, but the coffee was like gross, so that put me in a really bad mood. There is nothing that ruins my day more than bad coffee. So we got like I got this gross coffee that tasted like, I don't know, gravel. And so I got to my hotel room, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna like freshen up because I had been sitting in a hot car all day and I was like disgusting. So we went to the venue, and we basically moved all the stuff we were going to have for the reception into the venue ourselves, so that the staff could like get it set up. And so that was exhausting and lots of heavy lifting, but we got it done. And then we had the rehearsal. Rehearsal was like at 4 p.m. I think. So it was like later in the afternoon, but oh my gosh, we were all just like standing around outside, just like sweating our asses off. And I was like, oh my god, can we just like just walk through it real quick? They don't need to like say the vows. We just need to know which order we're walking in. Like the rehearsal for the wedding. Like we did it the night before. And I was like in the wedding, so I needed to know like, okay, who I was walking with and who I was walking after. And I was like before the maid of honor. So, and I was like walking with one of my brother's friends from college. So it was nice. And there were kids in the wedding. So the kids had been, again, they were tired. A couple of the kids had come from Florida, so it was a long ride for them. And, you know, if any of you have been around kids, like, you know, they just like, when they're tired, they just go into a meltdown. And I felt really bad because I was like, yeah, this must be like really uncomfortable for them to be out like in this blazing hot sun and just having to stand around a lot. But we got through the rehearsal, and it was actually very nice. Luckily, they didn't do the full ceremony, so we were only out there for a few minutes. And then we had the rehearsal dinner, which it was very laid back because my brother and his wife got married at a brewery. So the rehearsal dinner wasn't anything fancy. It was just like pizza and beer. But the pizza was really good. I need to write down that place they got it from, because if I'm ever in that area again, I would like to try it out. So yeah, face wedding. Yeah, my brother and his wife, they're not very like what do I say? They're not like uptight and high maintenance people. They're more laid back. So the venue itself was beautiful. Like they had so we just like hung out in the tap room, and you know, I talked to some people who I hadn't seen in a very long time. And I saw some relatives. I saw some people from where I used to live who I haven't seen in like maybe 15 years. But it was nice to catch up. And so like the next day, again, so I had breakfast. The hotel had free breakfast. That's just something the Hampton Inn does. So we had breakfast, and then the bridal party plus the mothers went to the salon. And so I was just sitting there while they were like primping me, doing my hair and my nails, and you know, filing down my horns so I don't like stab anybody in the eye. Like I'm just sitting here and I'm like, you know what I bet the guys are doing? So the hotel had a pool. I bet they were just like chilling at the pool while you're all like sweating in the salon. I did. And like I was just like sitting in the salon just sweating my ass off. And, like my butt was like stuck to the salon chair, and like it like made like a sound when I sat up, and I was like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing. But they did my hair and my makeup and took care of the talons and the wings. They oiled up the wings a bit and like filed down the horns and like redid my tail jewelry, and yeah, I looked great. But I'm not used to like, I mean, I do get my hair. Yeah, so about that. The wedding was at 6 o'clock in the evening. I had to be at the salon by 9:30. So I think I got you beat there. Yeah, and then like once all the hair and makeup appointments were done, and in like the nail salon, the nails were done, we went to the Airbnb of my sister-in-law's that my sister-in-law's parents had like booked. We just hung out there and played some games and had our lunch. And now, stupid me, I ordered a buffalo wrap. Hello, Dr. Frederick. So stupid me, I ordered a buffalo wrap, and I was like eating that with a full face of makeup on. I was like, oh shit, is my makeup gonna need to like be reapplied? Because I am a messy eater. It's like it's, you know, it's like the beast in me. I can't like eat without getting it everywhere. And so I was just sitting there. I was like, oh shit. I really should have thought. Yeah, I thought I would be. And luckily I was like not wearing my dress yet. Like my bridesmaid's dress yet. But I was like, oh god. Oh god, what if I have to put it back on? Because, you know, I had my makeup done professionally, so I didn't have anything other than the lipstick to put back on. And so like I went back, and so like I, you know, checked myself in the mirror before I left for to go get ready at the venue, and weirdly the makeup stayed on, and heck, even the lipstick, which, okay, I'm not even sponsored, I'm just gonna plug this right here. This is like the longest wearing lipstick I'd ever worn in my entire life, because it had stayed on from like the time I put it on at the salon to like the day after, like the morning after. And I don't even know. It was like the best thing ever. It was the NYX Longwear lip stain. It's like the one that has both the lipstick and the lip gloss. Where you tend your... No, I don't know what that means. You mean like... No, I didn't. Because I mean, I like... No, I'm trying to do that now. Like what Squidward did when he ate the Krabby Patty in SpongeBob? I can't do that. I can't. Sometimes I like... Yeah, my jaw's... But you know, like... You know what I can do? That's really gross. I can, like, unhinge my jaw and, like, snap it back into place. Ah. Oh, yeah. Ow. Hang on. Let me get closer to the mic so you all can hear it. Yeah, I have... Well, I've talked about this, how I have the loose joints thing, where I can, like, dislocate my joints and then pop them back in. I mean, it's something that definitely comes in handy when I do transform. Hello, Reeb. Hello. Oh yeah, don't do it often. I I've developed a bit of arthritis, so I can't do it as much as I used to be able to. But like when I was a kid, I was so flexible that I could like put both my legs behind my head and like crawl around on the floor like that. And it would like scare the shit out of all the other demons that were around me. They're like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, hey, look at this. And I just go blah, 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 blah. No, I haven't even tried to do it in so long. My Spider-Man powers, yeah. I was a little feral thing. Like, I used to be able to climb up sides of cliffs, like, really fast. Just because I could, like, stretch so far. And, like, I was always really good at, like, hiding and really place it in, like, really tight spaces because I could, like, fold myself in and, like, kind of move the joints around. And, like, one time I was, like, doing this in school, and they were like, hey, Eden, have you considered joining this circus? And I'm like, my existence is a freak show enough, so, like... So I'm like... I considered it, but then they told me they had enough clowns, so it didn't work out. But anyway, back to the wedding. So... Yeah, so I got all, like... I did my, like... You can wiggle your pinky toe. I can, like, write with my feet, too. I don't know. I have so many, like, strange talents. But, so back to the wedding. So we got ready, and we were at the venue, and, like, so we had a bridal suite. We had a bridal suite, and oh my gosh, it was like stuffy in there, and like we were all getting ready, and luckily my hair and makeup held up really well. Like, props to the artist. And so I was just like getting ready there, and like my dress was like sticking to me. It was that like hot and humid. And so the bride was getting ready. We were like doing the like pictures, like where the photographer takes pictures of us getting ready, and she like kicked us all out of the room when she wanted to get into her shapewear. Oh, ouchie. All the bridesmaids in here. Oh dear lord. But I mean, we all looked really, really pretty. My sister was also in the wedding, so she looked great, and she was there with her fiance, and there were a few people that, like, I didn't really know, because I had only met them, like, once before, who were in the bridal party, but they were all super nice to me. And, like, it was very pleasant. And then, so, we got ready, and then we, like, yeah, the efforts did pay off. So we got ready, and we walked in. And so, like, we all walked into, I believe it was Levitating by Beach House. And it was such, like, a beautiful, like, procession. And then the kids came in, and I could tell the kids were having trouble because they, like, didn't really want to walk. They're toddlers. I think they were like 2 and 3, the flower girls. They were just tired, so their mothers like walked with them. And then the ring bearer came out, and he's like 4 or 5 years old. One of the flower girls is like one of my brother's friend's kid, and the other flower girl and the ring bearer are like the bride's sister's kids, so my brother's niece and nephew now. And they were just so cute, and so they said their vows, and it was all very lovely. And then so it was time to exchange the rings, and right as the officiant announced it was time to exchange the rings, the ring bearer drops the rings like on the ground, like right before he was supposed to give it to them. And it was like so cute because I mean, he didn't look, his mother said he looked upset, but I mean, I wouldn't be angry at him, only because that was just like something we could all remember later on. And so yeah, then we had pictures. Yeah, it did become like a sitcom. So we had pictures, and yeah, it is good luck. And so my brother had his dog come by to take photos with everybody. And so the dog had been with a sitter the whole day, and he did actually really well too. He didn't like bark or jump up on anybody. No, he didn't ruin it. It was cute. It was very cute. And I like told him that later, like that everyone really liked that. No, the dog wasn't the photographer. No, the photographer was like a coworker from my sister-in-law, but the dog came by to take pictures with everybody, and because you know that's the dog they rescued together, so in a way it's like their child. So we did the pictures, and by that time we were all just like sweating our like asses off. So we're like, can we just like go inside and get some drinks already? And so we went there, we had the cocktail hour, then it was time for dinner. And so like they had the announcement of they like introduced the bridal party, and like as everybody like walked in, oh dear, yeah, it was an open bar. Well, I didn't drink like at all because it was just like too hot too, and I was already like feeling kind of gross. But there was a lot of alcohol at the wedding, and so they introduced the bridal party, and the song they had me walk out to was "Throne" by Bring Me the Horizon. And now I love that song. I love that song. I'm gonna turn the music down a little. It's a little loud on my end. But yeah, that was such a good song. And I just thought it was really funny because here I am in like my bridesmaid finery, just like coming out to a metal song, but you know, it is what it is. And so so then they had the first dance, and their first dance song was Maps by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. And I can guarantee you I'm older than you. I'm older than you. Like, yeah. But like, it was very sweet. They had their first dance, and at the end of the first dance, the ring bearer went over and like gave them a hug. Yeah, it's going wonderfully. I'm just chatting and catching up with everybody. Yeah, I'm 200. Some 200, give or take a few decades. But I think like the reason why I like know modern stuff is because like I do spend a lot of time online, more than I probably should. But, and I do like music. I do like discovering new music. A lot of people in my family are really into it. I mean, my sister is currently at a concert right now, so yeah. Maybe. It's hard to measure how old I am in like how old I am. Like if I were a human, like what would the equivalent age be? Because like some days I feel like really young, but other days I'm just like, okay, what the hell are the young people talking about? Like I didn't even know what Skibidi Toilet was until like maybe a month ago. But it's a... Yeah. Well, I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. That's probably the big one. That's probably why I get confused by like that stuff. Because to me, Skibidi Toilet is G-Man from Half-Life. Like that's how old I am. Like I saw him and I was like, what is that? Yeah. I have to like look up what a lot of the new slang is, because I'm just like, what are they saying? And like my Kami Yoshi, he like references, because he's like what we refer to as meme brain rotted, and I'm just like, what is this guy yapping about? Like I just like I don't understand him. I don't understand him like a lot of the time, because I'm like, what meme is he referencing? I feel like I need an encyclopedia here. Arr. Except I understood what a lot of... Okay. For that YouTube poop stream, I did understand a lot of... Wait, hold on. Can I do it? I don't like say it in actual conversation. Like I don't like... You can probably tell my age based on what I like reference and what I talk about. But I just like don't understand a lot of it. And like, granted, all the people I now work with are like old, so like they don't get it either. And like, how you doing, fella kids? Me when I... I do. But anyway, so we had the wedding, and a lot of the songs were like songs that were popular in like the 90s and 2000s, because that's the era my brother mostly likes. And my sister, she's quite a bit younger than us. There's a bit of... No. He like banned all those party songs. He like bans the Macarena and the Cha-Cha Slide. But you know what? I am gonna... If I ever get married, I'm gonna play those at my wedding. I don't care. I'll play cringy music. Because I'm just there to have a good time. Like, I'm not there to show off my music taste. Party Rock Anthem? Oh god. I remember when that was popular. No, he didn't play that. He played like... It was like alternative music. Like, not pop music. Party rockers in the house tonight. Oh gosh, what was... I'm not gonna lie, for a while there in the 2000s, like the pop music... Yeah, he played Green Day. He played Basket Case, I believe. what else? He played Fallout Boy and My Chemical Romance and Limp Bizkit, all that stuff, like from that era. Emo music, that's what I guess y'all can call it. But that's okay, that's music I like. But it's just like, if I ever get married, I'm gonna play like fun music. I actually have a wedding playlist somewhere. I think I do. Hang on. Looking at my phone. Because I like to make playlists for like different occasions. And I do have one saved. Cause I'm just like, no, not the chicken dance. I don't like that one really. Okay. So like, hang on, just let me make sure my volume's off on my phone because I don't want to be. Because I don't want to like accidentally play the music and get copyright struck. Yeah, exactly. They have to be for entertaining the old people, and then like, because the reception itself was 5.5 hours long. It went kind of late, so like, okay, so I have my playlist here. So, in no particular order, I have "Marry You" by Bruno Mars. "Ain't No Mountain High Enough." September, Earth, Wind and Fire, Dance the Night, Dancing Queen, I Want to Dance with Somebody, Can't Stop the Feeling. It's songs that I wouldn't like listen to on the like by myself, but it's stuff that people can like, that people know, and it has a good beat. Like, of course I know a lot of these. Always Be My Baby, Blinding Lights, Man, I Feel Like a Woman. It's like a good mix from all the decades. Oh, of course I was around for all of these when they released. Because, like, you don't want to play something that nobody really knows and they just kind of, like, stand around because it's not really a danceable song. And people are just like, oh, I don't know how to dance to this. Because, I mean, granted, my entire family is very, very white. So I feel like, at least for my relatives, I would need to play something kind of easy. Darude Sandstorm. But I feel like, yeah, the first couple of hours you play oldies and like party music, and then like once it's just like the younger people left, you can kind of play what you want. Because when my cousin got married, yeah, dancing in the moonlight, everybody. That's a good song. I like that song. But it's just like, even if the songs aren't technically like good, everybody loves a polka. But like, yeah, my side of the family, I mean, they're both from the Appalachian Mountains, so one song that turns up my entire family, though, like, that my entire family will turn up to is Country Roads by John Denver. And like for my cousin's wedding, they played it and we all stood in a circle and like sang along to it because it's just like creep. Yeah, it does something to our brain chemistry, I guess. But I mean, it is a good song. Yeah. But I knew it like way back when. Like, because again, my family's from West Virginia, so like I grew up listening to a lot of the old country artists like Hank Williams, um, Willie Nelson. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I feel like that and Mr. Brightside by the Killers is like the one song that will always get white people moving. Like, but it's just like, you do want to pick it. You just do want to make a good selection of different genres from like different decades because like everybody wants to dance along and sing to something they know. So yeah, the music was good. The music was good. It wasn't really something I would choose for my wedding, but you know, it's all right. But oh, what else? So yeah, the reception went on for quite a while. No, no, Mr. Brightside, Mr. Brightside, all the way. Yeah, we all do. Well, that's the thing. Disco and country is like making a comeback in pop music. I do think we are actually in a very good era for new music right now. Yeah. Gosh, I remember when that album came out. I love disco. Disco's amazing. Like, but it's just like, oh, I love Earth, Wind, Fire. I was playing September earlier today. Do you remember the 21st night of September? That's a good one. It'll come back. The reason why I think we're in such a good era for music is because of social media. Like, nice. But it's just like, I feel like anybody can put their music out there. Like, they don't need to drive to a radio station and to submit their mixtape because with all these, like, especially TikTok is great for artists to get their stuff out there, but with like Bandcamp and SoundCloud, like, and YouTube even, it's just so easy to put yourself out there now. Like, granted, getting big does take a lot of like luck, but I feel like it's easier for just anybody to get themselves and have people listen to music, because yeah. But that's something I want to do. I want to release music. I just need to learn how to use the software. Yeah. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so the following morning after the wedding, there was like a cookout the next day. We went to like this park and like we grilled some burgers and like played some games. It was also so hot still, but we stayed in the shade and some people went swimming. I didn't because I was like, I don't I didn't bring a bathing suit. I, yeah. Yeah, I was stupid and forgot my bathing suit because I like didn't realize how big the park was and that it had a beach. And I was like, oh, well, I guess that's a no for me. And so I went back to my hotel. Well, I changed hotels. So I changed from like a hotel that was near the venue. It was kind of like on the outskirts of the city to one that was in downtown, and it was like right across the mall. So it was a better. Yeah. I did pack a bathing suit, but it was like in the car, and I didn't want to. It was like, and I didn't want to get it because I didn't bring the car, like the suitcase with me, because we took a different car than what I had my stuff in, because we did check out that morning. Oh, am I lagging? Try refreshing it. Then it should be fine. I know there's like, YouTube has been a bit funky lately. It might be a regional outage. Yeah, it might be a regional outage. But so yeah, I was like, I didn't have my swimsuit with me, and I was like, okay, I'll just go back to the hotel and just rest there. Unfortunately, it didn't have a pool, but that's okay. Like the first one did. So I stayed at, it was like a extended stay hotel, but I was only there for like 2 nights. But the room was super nice. It had like a full kitchen too. So like I could like have food with me. I didn't need to eat out all the time. And it was like right across from a huge mall. And so yeah, we just went to the hotel. No, I didn't. I just like heated up some stuff that was left over from like the parties. I just ate leftovers because, you know, leftover pizza and burgers isn't even that bad, so. But it was really nice. It had it was like a studio room we stayed in. And so it had like a living area and then like the bedroom, and it had like a TV that you could like turn so you could watch it from pretty much anywhere in the room. And I thought that was really neat. And of course, like, I love hotel showers. So, because like the water pressure at my own house isn't that great, but the water pressure in hotel showers are just so good. Like, they have the best, like, it's amazing. And they have the best, like, stuff and amenities to play around with. And, like, it's just kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine. It's like, that's the first thing I want to do, like, right when I check in. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a Residence Inn, which is like a Marriott branch, so it was very nice. So, yeah, because the first hotel I stayed at was a Hampton Inn, and it was like not anything too special. I mean, the room itself was really nice, but I didn't spend much time in it other than like sleeping and like getting dressed. So I didn't like have a chance to like enjoy the hotel's amenities. I know they had a pool and like a fitness center, and so I didn't get a chance to enjoy the pool. Sad. But like, yeah, the second one only had a fitness center, and I'm not exercising on my vacation because I'm not a psycho, so. But like it was just a chill hotel. And of course I watched a lot of bad TV because I don't watch much TV really. But they had like a lot of different channels, and it was like all really trashy stuff. Like, oh my god, I found like the absolute worst TV show, and it was like so bad. It probably took a couple years off of my immortal life. It was called MILF Manor, and it was on the TLC, and I guess it's like in its second season, where they had like the fathers competing alongside with the sons. And I was like, why is this a thing? This is like the worst thing I've ever watched in my entire life. And it felt like I was being... Yeah. I felt like I was being lobotomized. So... Yeah, they did. It was a TLC show. And like... I mean, TLC is called the Learning Channel, but literally all the shows on it are like really trashy and honestly kind of very exploitive. But like... Yeah. I was just like, this is actually horrible. And I'm like, is this what straight people are into? Because I just like couldn't understand. I was like, what is this Freudian nightmare I am watching? It felt like psychological torture. And so after a while I turned it off, and I don't know, just like decided to go to the mall across the road. And it was cool. It was pretty big. It was like a 3-story mall. And oh god, this is so gross. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is so gross, but like I'm pretty sure I had like a blister from the shoes I was wearing at the wedding, because as I was walking around, like my feet hurt so bad. And when I took off my shoes, like my toes were just like covered in blood, and I was like, oh. So that's why it hurts so bad. But yeah, the mall itself was interesting. It had a nice food court. I had oh, what was it? I had like these like special donuts. Oh god, what are they called? I think they're called like mochi donuts, where they're made out of this super soft dough. And no simps, nope. And like it is really good. It had a real... Yeah! Those chewy donuts, they were so good. I had like a pistachio one, and I just like want to go back and just like try all of them. And they also had some Vietnamese iced coffee, which I also really love. It's a coffee with coconut milk. Like, it's basically a latte, but it's so good. And then there was also a Dave & Buster's there, and I did play a few games. So the things I usually go for at it's in the US. It's in the US. It's a smaller city. It's quite a ways from my house, because it took forever to get there, in my opinion. But it was just like... So the thing I go for at the Dave & Buster's is I love rail shooters. Like I used to get so good at them. Like, when I worked at the movie theater, I'm sure I've talked about this. And so they had a little arcade there, and one of the games they had was like this Jurassic Park rail shooter game. And I got so good at it that nobody could beat my high score. Because I used to play that like all the time, like while I was waiting to be picked up, because I didn't really have a car. And so I just got so good at it that I completely dominated like scoreboard. So when I went to go play them at the Dave and Buster's, well, first of all, a lot of them real shooters, like the House of the Dead, that kind of stuff. So like, so I was like there, and well, first of all, the machines weren't really working right because I guess people were real rough with them. So I was like, I know I'm not this horrible at. I was also playing Guitar Hero, and I'm quite good at that too. But like, for some reason, I could only like strum up. I couldn't strum down, and that like hurt my score. Because, you know, you want to strum up and down like to get to like hit the notes as fast as you can. And like, I was like, okay, I'm not this horrible at these games. So I like went on the rail shooter, and they're different now. They're different now. So the rail shooters, they have these like quick time events, and they like throw you so off guard because they just basically come out of nowhere, and you have to like react really fast. And if you don't, then you get penalized by losing your health. And I was like, did they implement this because of people like me who just got too good that they would just hog the machines? I've never played Star Fox. I feel like I'd like it. Oh, excuse me. Not a cope. They're just different than what I'm used to, okay? And granted, I'm older now, so maybe my reaction time isn't that great. But like... What? Not coping. Oh, no, that's not really a rail shooter. A rail shooter is like where you hold like an actual like gun controller and you like shoot at the enemy. It's not like where you fly around. What, the pouty face? I'm surprised. But yeah, I was playing the House of Dead in the Dave & Buster's, and it was so cool because like it would light up and like blow wind on your face. And it was just like, wow, this is like kind of immersive. Yeah, I those are my favorite kind. Like, I like the pew pew games. Honestly, I'd probably be better at FPS games if they were played more like that. Oh yeah, and I also like the classic carnival like games like skee ball and like I used to be good at DDR, but now it's just like too much for me because I'm not in the best shape. Yeah, I used to Ayame. Yeah. I used to be so good at DDR. But also, a lot of the times the gamepads don't really work well because people stomp on them too hard. Like, my mom calls it Stomp Stomp Revolution. But I don't know. And my mom calls DDR Stomp Stomp Revolution because, like, every time she would go to the arcade with us and see people playing it, they would always be, like, stomping really hard on the machines. And, like... Because, like, the thing that I noticed was I would, like, hit them right, and you know how they had those, like, notes that you would have to stand on and, like, to, like, hold down? The reason why, like, either I was too, like, tiny to play them properly, but, like, they wouldn't, like, hold down even with my foot on them. Because either it was, like, I wasn't, like, hitting them hard enough, like, stomping on them hard enough, or I just, like, didn't weigh enough to, like, actually have the, like, game register that I was there. Or people just broke up the machines. But... That's the thing about those arcades. It's like the machines are so hard to maintain. So like a lot of the times they're just like janky. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you would think they wouldn't be dusty because like they would be so popular. Like people would always be on them. Like at least when I was growing up, I don't know, maybe people don't go to the arcade as much as they used to. Dirt from shoes, yeah. I used to have like a DDR pad at my house. Yeah, I had the DDR Mario game. I was good at it. Yeah, I used to have a DDR pad. I think it broke though. I think my brother was too rough on it. But the thing about my brother is he's like, both of my siblings actually, they're both a lot bigger than I am. Like, significantly like larger than I am. Yeah. Yeah. I was never good at those fighting games. I could never remember the combos, and I would just like mash the buttons. I like anything that kind of uses a lot of like, yeah. I like any of them that use a lot of like, I guess, they use the whole body to play. The real active ones. But like, as I was saying, like my siblings are both larger than me. And I'm like the middle one too, so it's like, I guess I developed kind of a complex because I'm just like, oh my god, I'm so small compared to like my siblings. And they like tease me. They're like, haha, Eden, you're so short. Like, and I'm like, well, no, I'm average. Y'all are just giants. But just like, it's just like so awkward for me to like be near them because they like put things on top of my head and like they just like tease me about my height and because I guess I get annoyed by it. But I mean, and maybe it was because I grew like super early compared to like other demons because I like sprung up really fast, like really young. And so for a while I was like the tallest one in like among my peers. And it felt great. Like, I felt powerful, and then everybody caught up and surpassed me. So yeah, I did the Dave & Buster's, and that evening, we were supposed to go to, like, this, on this, like, tour where you like go on an old railroad and you like pedal to like move your cart forward, but it was like storming really bad, so that got canceled. So we went to like the following day, and the following day we just like hung out in the city and just like went to see the sights, even though there really isn't much to see. But so yeah, we did the like rail thing. Like it's basically us doing like a motorized cart on an old railroad, but it was really cool. It went by the ocean, and the ocean was very nice. I saw some interesting birds, and one of them built like a nest out of trash, and I was like, hey, that's me. If I ever build a nest, it's just like going to be made out of trash. I'm gonna raise my young in there. Honestly, though, it's kind of sad because, like, it's not good for the birds to, like, be around trash, especially seabirds. Like, I'm the type that if I see litter, I will pick it up. But, like, but it's just like, you know, we don't know what kind of chemicals are in the plastics that we throw out. Just like today, even, somebody had thrown a water bottle in my front lawn, and I was like, really? Like, I just don't understand why people just, like, throw their trash just, like, so, like, carelessly. It's like, how hard is it to just, like, take it with you until you find a trash can and, like, put it there properly? And it's just like, it looks so unsightly when you just see that, when you're just trying to enjoy things, like, just enjoy a walk and you just see, like, trash, like, piled up along the road. And it's just like, seriously, people? And I see people, like, throw stuff out of their cars while I'm driving. And I'm the type of person, like, I collect trash in my car until I, like, get to a place where I can throw it out. Like, I would be so embarrassed to, like, litter in front of somebody. I just feel like it's disrespectful. I mean, this is our home, this is our planet, and we gotta treat it better. But, so yeah, we did the Rail Explorers, and then that was Saturday. Sunday, we drove back. Like, I got sick on the way back, of course. Yeah. Yeah, that's such a good idea, to keep, like, a little trash bag in your car. But, like, I've gotten to where I get, like, sick on long car rides. Yeah, it's the kids. We gotta keep the planet, like trash-free for the children. Like, if we don't take care of it now, there won't be a future. Like, that's what people need to realize. I'm not trying to be preachy here, but, like, you know, conservation is very important. Oh no, I don't throw it out the window. I like, take it home and put it in the trash at my house. I don't know. I really don't like it when people litter. But I like have a few pet peeves. I like, don't like it when people litter. I don't like it when slow walkers, like if you're gonna be a slow walker, just, like, at least try to, like, stay to one side. Don't, like, have your whole group, like, line up across and hog the sidewalk and just, like, not let anybody pass. Or, like, people who, like, try to get on, like, elevators and trains before everybody's gotten off. Like, that's my big pet peeve. Oh gosh, it's so bad on, like, escalators and, like, those, like, conveyor belts at airports. Like, the stuff that people move on. I just feel like it's just so inconsiderate and, like, so unaware of the people who are around you. Or, like, people who like, feel the need to have their bag on a seat on, like, a crowded train. Like, your bag doesn't need a seat. You can hold that in your lap. Like, Like it's, yeah. Yeah, like I've seen videos of like people like refusing to move their bags because they don't want somebody to sit next to them. And I'm like, that person is probably tired. Like I try not to take seats on the plane, on like the trains, like in the city near where I live. And because I'm like capable of standing for a while, and like I can hold on to like the poles and like the things that dangle down and you can like grab onto them. But like, what if somebody is just like really tired, or you know, they're disabled or elderly or even pregnant? Like, you need to be considerate. Yes, yes. I don't like people who are inconsiderate of others. Or yeah, grocery shopping. I don't like it when people like, or when people like have full-on conversations in the middle of the aisle and they're just like blocking others, like not letting anybody through. I think a lot of people are just like not aware of themselves, or they're just selfish. One thing that I really liked with COVID was the whole social distancing thing. Like in the, yeah, like in, was like in, like when you're waiting in line somewhere, and they were like, please keep like a 6 feet distant, 6 foot gap in between you and the person in front of you. And I was like, yes, I love that, because so many times it's like I've had people just like in my personal bubble, and it's like to the point, if I can like feel people's breath on the back of my neck, and I'm just like, can you just like move back a bit? Like I shouldn't be like feeling your body heat. Like it's gross. Or the people who like act like I'm not even there. Like the people who will like, if I'm like in front of a shelf, who will just like reach like over me and like in front of me, and it's like, you could have just said excuse me, and I would have moved out of the way. Like, don't just pretend I'm not there. Like, yeah, yeah. My gosh, you don't need to tailgate me. Like, and how can you like ignore this? Like, I have actual horns growing out of my head. Like, yeah, yeah, and the low gas prices too. But honestly, like, I don't want to go back to those times. And like, I do feel like, especially in my community, there was like a sense of wanting to look after each other. I do think that was very nice. Like, the people in my community would like offer to go grocery shopping for people who couldn't leave their house for various reasons, like whether they were sick or like disabled. Like, I do think that sense of community was really nice. Like, people just doing nice things for each other. Like the whole like going over to somebody's house who said they were going through a rough time, and like making little doodles on their side, in their driveway with like chalk, or sending birthday cards to people. And I was just like, you know, that was nice. Like, why can't we go back to that feeling? Like, we don't have to be nice and considerate of each other when things are rough. We can do it normally. And like, that was something, yeah. And like, I don't know, I think You know, you should get to know your neighbor. Speaking of neighbors. I kind of have a soft spot for elderly people. I guess it's like a protective instinct because with my new job, I do deal with a lot of like sick older people. And I feel like a lot of them, unfortunately, are very lonely. They just want somebody to like be nice and like listen to them, and they just want a bit of human interaction, you know, like face-to-face interaction. But no, come on. I'm not. They are very sweet, yeah. Especially like the ones that you can tell are like clearly still active and just trying to take care of themselves, and a lot of them are just like kind of happy to be there, and like they know you by name, and they have like that trust in you that you're going to take care of them, and they just ask you, oh, how's your date going? And a lot of them are just so polite. Yeah. And then they tell you the tea. If there's another thing that old people love doing, it's gossiping. Like, they love, like, gossiping about their family and, like, you know, things that are going on in the town. And I'm just like, this is so amusing. Like, but another thing that I really like about this, like, warmer weather is a lot of people are bringing their dogs. Like, my workplace has a drive-through. Yeah, I know. What's more American than a drive-through? So a lot of people are like bringing their dogs with them when they come through. And I just love seeing all the dogs because the dogs are always so happy to see me because we can give them treats, and like a lot of them are so cute. Like I'm not used to being around dogs because I've never really had one growing up. I've always had cats. But like, you know, that like how can you be like sad or angry when you see just a happy puppy like waving its tail and looking at you? No. Not a liquor store. Come on. The place I live isn't that trashy. Yeah. I think the way to get along with dogs, and this is kind of like strange. Yeah, they do. Yeah, dogs and old people. Dogs, old people, and kids. They're all cute. But like the trick to like befriending a dog I've learned is, and this is kind of silly, but you gotta like treat it like a dog. Like, I mean, I occasionally pet sit for my brother and his wife with their dog whenever they go away, and I can tell that dog is much happier when it knows that you're the one in charge, because I feel like if a dog feels like it needs to be the one to kind of like run things and, you know, lead the pack, then it just stresses them out so much, because dogs were bred to be submissive. Like, that is what's in their nature. Like, that's what thousands of years of breeding has done to them. So that's the problem when a dog gets aggressive, is it just doesn't know like who its master is. it needs to know where it stands in the pack. And as long as you like reinforce its training and you like say, okay, I'm the human, you're the dog, like you need to like say, like, it just helps them like relax. And it's strange though, because my brother's dog, like, you would think, okay, dogs hate being on a leash, but no, they actually like it. Like, they like doing what they were domesticated to do, what they were bred to do. They like knowing that they're the ones submissive. And I just think it's so funny, because a lot of people would think, oh, that's cruel, but no, I think it's cruel to like let the dog know, like, just do whatever, and you need to like be a disciplinarian for it. And like, you do need to say, okay, that's not an acceptable behavior. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like, if the dog knows where to go, then they'll chill way out. Sometimes when my brother's dog acts real anxious, because for a while he had really bad separation anxiety, he would just like bark really bad whenever they would leave. But what I figured out was just put his like harness and leash on him, and he will calm way down. Because in a way, it's like reassurance that you're there. Maybe. I don't know. I think it's just like, you know, the way they psychologically work. You know, people, when they breed dogs, they take like preferable traits. Yeah. 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 Well, that's why a lot of dogs, they're working breeds. Like, they're meant to help out, like on farms and stuff like that, with jobs. And now my brother's dog is a mix, but we think he's an Australian Kelpie mix, which is a kind of herding dog. And you can tell, like, that's what he's meant to do, because we take him out walking and we let him off leash in like the off leash areas. In the off leash areas, and that's funny. I like that quote. Yeah. But like but whenever we take him out and do the off leash thing, he'll like run from the front of the group and to the back of the group, like he's herding the group. And that's what he's meant to do. Like, it's his instinct to like want to make sure everybody's like staying together, because obviously that's what shepherd dogs do. Yeah, it is really cute. And like, cats are different, because cats will just like do their own thing. Like, cats, they're not really submissive, but it's almost like they want to. No, cats are funny. Cats just like, in a way, cats and humans start out as a symbiotic relationship, because if you go by what most people know, cats originally started out in the Middle East, specifically Egypt, and they like to hunt the mice that would get into like the grain supply. And so humans figured out, oh, if we keep these animals around, then they'll prevent diseases and keep our food safe. And then so people started being nice to them, like feeding them and giving them a warm place to sleep. And then cats realized, oh wait, humans are nice to me and they like me, so I'll stick around. Yeah, cats are self-domesticated. Like, I've heard stories of cats that will just like wander into people's houses and just like settle there and just never leave. That's one way to, like, befriend a cat. Like, definitely a way is to just feed them. Yeah. But, yeah, cats, like, stick around because they like humans. They like the comfortable life that humans provide for them. Because cats are hunters, so they have to work for their food. But why would you hunt when somebody does it for you, and you can just, like, eat and sleep all day? Like, I think a lot of animals are like that. Like, they don't want to work. A lot of animals are actually very lazy. And, like, I love cats. They're just, like, funny. They're so funny. And oh, that sounds amazing. Yeah, I've always liked cats. Yeah. Me too. But I've always liked cats. I've always liked the fact that you have to earn their trust in order to, like, get them as a friend. But I mean, I have a cat who I love so much. I love my 15-year-old tabby boy. And I mean, when we adopted him, he was, like, kind of afraid of us, of my family. Well, we adopted him. Yeah. Yeah, they were. Yeah, definitely. Because when we adopted because I used to have another cat, a tuxedo, but he passed away a few years back. But when we got them, they were afraid of us. Well, we think they came from a place where they didn't get much human interaction. So we adopted them together just so they would have each other to keep them company. But, you know, once they started realizing, okay, we're going to take care of them, that's when they warmed up to us. And yeah. But exactly. Cats are just big spoiled babies. Like, furry spoiled babies. But once I realized that, because I had a tuxedo, and the tabby's really friendly. He likes pretty much anybody who comes over to pay attention to him. And because what he'll do is he'll, like, whenever there's company over, he'll, like, lie in the middle of the floor with his tummy up in the air because he's just so content to be in human presence. Meanwhile, well, my tuxedo, he's a lot more skittish and shy, but I was the one he was really attached to, so he would always follow me around and sleep on my bed with me at night, and he was just like my little buddy. And, you know, we think he had it kind of rough, but, you know, I earned his trust by being nice to him. And I was there at the very end when, unfortunately, we had to say goodbye, and I don't regret it at all. I don't regret adopting him. I don't regret taking care of him when he got really sick. And I don't regret being there for him to say goodbye. Like, yes, cats are very sweet. And they are so funny. Like, one of my favorite things to do is watch cat videos. Like, I need 20 hours of sleep each day. Well, you know what? They can sleep as long as they want. My cat snores, and it's so funny. Because he's like... And I'm just like, you are the cutest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. And it's just like, oh, my little baby boy. You might have, like, he's made appearances on a few of my streams. Like, you could probably hear him, like, scratching at the door and like probably meowing in the background. My cat does that too. It's so funny. One time he wanted to, like, oh yeah, we think my tabby might be part Maine Coon too, because he does that. He sleeps with his tummy up in the air, and he has like a little bit of a fluffy caramel colored belly. Like, he's a little bit of a long hair, so it's like, what is with this music? Sorry. I was like, why is this like spooky music playing in my ear? But my cat playing the keyboard, it does sound like him playing the keyboard, doesn't it? It's very dissonant. I don't know, I'm just doing some like free to use music, and it's like running on its own. I didn't really like pick a specific playlist. But, oh, what else? Yeah, so the wedding was something that took up a bunch of my time. And then, unfortunately, we had a few, like, deaths in the family, so it was a bit rough there for a while. Well, I mean, I was fine, but it was more like the people around me were real upset by it, so I felt like I needed to be there for them. But that's life. And then, like, that was at the beginning of this month where all that happened, and it was a bit hard, but when one of the people who died, I did see, like, the Saturday before they passed, but I'm glad I got to see them. And it was at a nice party. It was at my sister's bridal shower, because well, both of my siblings are getting married this summer. One of them is already married. The next is getting married next month in August. And so we were at her bridal shower, and the relative was there, and I'm glad I got to see her before she went. But the bridal shower is actually quite nice. There was a lot of good food. It was her in-laws that threw it, that hosted the party, because they have a beach house, and they made a lot of food, and the food was amazing. Like, they're all really good cooks, so of course I left 10 pounds heavier than I came there, so and we played some games, and that was a lot of fun. And like, we played some, like, goofy, like, pass the bouquet game, and so we had, like, the bridesmaids there. Well, I'm the maid of honor for her wedding, and we were all, like, just throwing the bouquet around, because it was kind of like hot potato, where they would play a song, and whoever was holding the bouquet when the music stopped was out. So we all, like, got really competitive, and we're just, like, tossing the bouquet, like, across the yard at each other, and it was, like, quite funny. August 24th. Yeah, it's August 24th, yeah. Yeah, it is really sad. Yeah. My father, unfortunately, he already lost a few siblings. Some of them didn't make it into adulthood. But the ones that did make it to adulthood are still around, luckily, so. Nah, they don't. They regret not going to see them, and that's one thing I never want to regret, is being there for somebody until the end. But yeah, like, I don't know. And my mom has a sister who's still doing very well, and but who knows how long we'll live. Like, geez, I'm still super young, and so are my siblings. We're all really young. Like, who knows how long we'll live to be. Heck, some of us might even live forever. Like, I mean, Bob Newhart. Oh, geez, that's so sad. But, you know, that's the thing. It's just like, yeah, death is sad, but like, it's also like, you know, it's a way to look back and remember somebody's life and their impact on others. And I think it's just very beautiful that we can have those memories and cherish them. You know? That's just my that's just my silly demon opinion, that, you know, that's what makes humans special, is that they have those cycles, and they can... Oh, no. I hope they don't go anytime soon either. I hope you and your siblings live a very long and fruitful life. I think it's beautiful that because humans have such a short amount of time on this earth, that a lot of them can just make a difference in such a little amount of time compared to... I mean, it might seem like a long time for some, but like, compared to other beings, such as, you know, me and some of my other friends and other, even angels and demons, like, a lot of humans, it's just like they're only there for a moment with us and then they're gone. And I think that's also why it's difficult for us to make connections with others, is because we know that they're only going to be there for so long. And I think that's why in the past I've struggled to open myself up to others, is because I'm just afraid of getting hurt. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. It's so like sad that people decide to close themselves off to such beautiful opportunities because they're afraid of losing that person. Really? Friaren. Hello, milady! Ah, hello, John! Hello, everyone joining! Hello! We're just having some philosophy here. Talking about life and death and how meaningful it all is. And my commitment issues. It's okay, though. Oh, that would be so lovely. Thank you, milady. Thank you. You're gorgeous too, my love. That would be so fascinating, especially like all the older animals that live to be a lot older than humans do, like sea turtles and like Oh, like even parrots. I mean, parrots can talk, but they don't really understand what they're saying. But imagine if like those birds that live to be like 80 years old could tell us. Two demon mommies. Yes, that is Zach's dream, isn't it? I didn't realize you were a fan of Lady Nikki, Zach. Yeah. I didn't know about immortal lobsters. Are there lobsters? Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. I see Zach has a type. I think he just wants to be devoured, honestly. Oh, I see. I see. It's not, that's not it? What is it then? Is it the hair? Is it the horns? Or is it the mother energy, you know? What is it then? Aw, yeah, I get it. I get it. I think it's more, maybe just like more mature, like streamers. Because I'm drawn to that type too, you know? I do like those. Oh. They rejuvenate. Is it the big meaty claws that rejuvenate? Big meaty claws. Yeah, me too. Huh? Strangely enough, that's also how demons age too. They just keep getting bigger. Maybe that's why I'm so tiny. Because I'm actually still very young compared to other demons. A lot of demons can also like change their shape. A lot of them do go through like odd growth spurts too, so like some of them can just like randomly grow like a couple feet. Yeah, I have. Oh, thank you, Nikki, for stopping by. It's okay for being... It's okay if you're a little late. Oh. That's so interesting. So in a way, like their DNA just never gets smaller. Because like, yeah, the process of aging with humans is just like cell death. And it doesn't rejuvenate. Because the human body does rejuvenate cells. But they just like rejuvenate slower as they get older. And like, I mean, that's like the natural process. And that's why cancer is so scary, because that's just like cells just like growing out of control and like taking over other cells to the point where it becomes like pathologic. And like they say like people, I have a theory that humans like develop cancer all the time, but but like I think their immune, like their system like stops it before it gets out of hand. And that's like something really scary to like think about. But I do think like occasionally cells go a little crazy and just like, you know, replicate, and then the human body's like, no, that's not what you need to do. Cut that out. So like they stop. Maybe, but that's really scary to think about. I mean, there are like growths that people can develop that have that like can have like full like teeth and hair growing inside them. Yeah. Think about all the carcinogens people come into contact with on a daily basis. And it's like even in what we eat too. Like red meat especially is like high in carcinogens. So like that's honestly like why there's such a rise in colon cancer in recent years, is because of what we eat. And like, I mean, I've been on a vegetarian diet for a very long time, and I understand it's not for everybody, but I feel like people should just be more mindful of where they get their food if they can afford it, because the treatments they use in the food, like even in the meat processing, like the treatments they give the animals, it's just like not good at all. Like the antibiotics and hormones they put in the animals just to get them to produce more. It's just like, then we eat that and it's just really, really unhealthy. Like I think more people, you know, just be careful and more mindful about what you put in your body. I mean, it's your body. You gotta take care of it. I also feel like processed foods are so like inflammatory too. Yeah. Yeah, everybody has microplastics. Everybody has a bit of microplastic in them. Because it's like in the water and in our soil. And like, I don't know. You know, you gotta be responsible. Yeah, I mean, I guess the best you can do is just like buy locally if you can. Like buy from like local farm stands and just know who's making your food. Like I'm very fortunate. I live in an area with a lot of farm stands. And so like the produce I get is usually very high quality. So, and I understand that's a privilege in itself, but I feel like people who do have the access to that should at least look into it, because it's also supporting like local businesses too, so it's a win-win situation. But I feel like if we make that more accessible, because I know there are people who live in like food deserts and like a place that has mainly like food with a ton of preservatives in it because there's just like nowhere near them where they can get fresh food. I feel like if we just expand fresh food to other, like if we put money into getting like fresh produce to people who live in these food deserts, I feel like we could be healthier, you know, as like, you know, as a country. At least in my country. I don't know where everybody else is, but at least in the US. And yeah, processed food is so bad for you. Like, people who eat a lot of processed food often like complain of like bowel issues and stuff like that. And I told one of my friends, I said, just try eating food that doesn't have any preservatives in it, and like just try like being more careful about what you choose to eat. And she said, wow, that like, yeah, she said it like really helped her just like being more mindful of what she ate. And like, yeah. Yeah, Europe has its own issues. Yeah, it does make a difference. Like, oh my gosh. Like if you eat food that's like high in like preservatives and like it's just gonna make you feel awful like all the time. Like processed food, like stuff that is only fillers. Yeah, I mean, there's a trade-off. And also a lot of food doesn't even have a lot of nutrients in it. Like the soil that a lot of this food is grown in, it's been depleted of all the minerals and like vitamins, and that's why we need to take supplements, is because we're not getting enough. And like if you live in the northern climate or in a place that doesn't get much sunlight, then you have to take vitamin D supplements, otherwise you're yeah like yeah, like there's obviously you can like eat like, you know, complex carbs and like healthy fats, and just be sure to eat stuff that's fortified with vitamins, and also drink plenty of water. The main thing that I've noticed that can really improve somebody's health is, one, drink water. Because a lot of the time when someone feels sluggish, it's because they're dehydrated. So just drink water, and get vitamin D. Because vitamin D can really like boost the mood. And also the, you know, especially with, yeah. Really? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the FDA, it's like they're not out to look out for people's health. They're there to protect like the corporations. They're not there to, like, basically the FDA is to protect corporations from getting sued. So that's why there's so many restrictions. Because, you know, like if you go to like, let's just say like a big chain grocery store and you find out like the lettuce you buy there has listeria in it, of course like the FDA is going to like reduce, it's going to like put out a recall. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, basically. Like, yeah, that's when they put out recalls, is when it's like, oops, there's something bad in this like batch of lettuce, and we better recall it before people get sick and sue the grocery store. Nope. It's not their job. It's just to keep it safe for consumption. Make sure it's safe for consumption. Like, yep. That's why there's so many like restrictions. Yep, minimums and maximums, yes. That's why that's why like also like buying brand. Yeah. Take care. Take care, Nikki. I hope you have fun with your stream. Bye bye, girly. Like, the more you learn about like retail, oh, about retail and just like what goes on behind the scenes with the manufacturing process, the more it kind of like sickens you. Like, you know how like a lot of the auto inject pens, like for like Ozempic and like Mounjaro and like Zepbound, all those like medications are like super hard to get. It's not that there's a shortage of the medication. Well, I've heard multiple things. I heard there's a shortage of the plastic that they use in the pens, but I also heard they're like withholding the manufacturing because they want to keep the prices up. Because, you know, like if more people are demanding it, then they're more willing to pay higher prices. And it's just like kind of disgusting because, you know, if you use that medication to like control your A1C, then and you like go off it for a while, it's like then you have to like start over. Then you have to start over. Like if you're using it for weight loss, like Wegovy, and you go off it, then you have to like start over at the lowest dose. And that's just like really screwing up people's like, you know, their drug therapy. Is if they can't get it, then you know it just like reverses everything that the drug itself has already done. Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Like, I've heard stories of people who work at Amazon who've like literally seen. Nope, they don't care. They don't care. Like, especially with a lot of these insurance companies, like, they don't care about keeping you healthy. They care about making money. Insurance in itself is like the biggest scam because like you pay a premium every month to have it. And then like I'm serious. And then like so like insurance, you pay for it every month or so. Or like if you get it through your job, you're like withheld wages because the company like pays for like uses your wages to pay for the plan because that's part of your benefits if you work full time. But like if you buy it through like a marketplace, then you pay a premium every month. And the joke is sometimes it doesn't always work. Yeah. Like, that's the thing with my... I was talking about it at the beginning of this stream, was I had to switch ADHD meds because the one that I had been on for a very long time wasn't working like it should anymore. And so I had to switch from like a SNRI to like a CNS, which is a central nervous system stimulant, like Adderall or Ritalin. Like, so I basically had to switch to that, and so I tried out Vyvanse first because I liked that it lasted very long, because sometimes I pull like 10-hour days at my job, and I want something that like works the full time and that I wouldn't have to like worry about taking a second dose like in the middle of the day. Yeah, exactly. So like they tried me on Vyvanse and that worked very well for me. And then they wanted me to, but then my insurance was like, oh, yeah, they are harsh. So my insurance was like, oh, well, we don't want to pay for it. Yeah. we don't want to pay for this. And so I was like, okay, well, I can't let this go untreated, because it's like letting it go untreated was like making me miserable. Like I couldn't get anything done, and like I was struggling to get through my work day. And so they had me try Adderall, and I couldn't tolerate that at all. And like, yeah, so basically they wanted my doctor to fill out a prior authorization in order to cover it, which means that the doctor has to basically say, okay, like, we've tried other treatments and this is the one that works and this is why you need to cover it. So, but then they rejected the prior authorization and they wanted me to try the other drugs first. And so I tried Adderall, and I couldn't, I was having like anxiety attacks and like crashing really hard from it. And I was like, I can't be on this because it's not helping. It's only making my symptoms worse. So then I tried Ritalin, the long acting, and it just doesn't work for me. Like, they put me on it when I was a kid, and it was like, yeah, they had Ritalin back then, I know, but they put me on it when I was younger, and it just didn't work the way it needed to in order for me to like focus and like get my schoolwork done. Excuse me. Don't worry about grammar in the chat, I get it. So it just like wasn't working, but like I said, you know what, I'll do the full 30 days because please don't fight in chat. Like try to keep chat on track here, okay? But anyway, so like all right, who needs timeout? Who needs timeout? Who needs timeout? Just kidding. But yeah, so I was having a lot of trouble with the Ritalin because it wasn't working the way it needed to, and I was just, you know, tired and exhausted and irritable. But this went on for 6 weeks. And that was part of why I wasn't streaming, was because, yeah, I know. But that was part of why I wasn't streaming, was because I was just like burning out from the lack of my meds and from like my, just like everything going on. And then I had an appointment with my doctor and I said, this isn't working. Like I can't be on this. Like, so then he submitted an appeal for the prior authorization. They finally paid it. They finally said, okay, we'll cover it after all that. But it was just like, I was struggling. Like, they wanted me to struggle first before they would find out the right one, before they would cover the one that I knew worked really well. And that's the one that I'm currently on. And it's just like so frustrating because these insurance companies think they know better than the doctor that sees us, right? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, the doctor is the one talking to me and like giving me the evaluation and like seeing how I've improved while being on this treatment. And then the insurance company is like, nope, try these ones first. It's like, huh? Yeah, it was messing with my head. Like it was making my symptoms worse because I wasn't on a consistent treatment. But now that I finally am, like, I just feel much better and like more productive, and like my moods are more stable, and like, you know, part of ADHD is you do have trouble regulating emotions, and I just feel like more like with it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but still it is frustrating because they wanted me to try what, and I quote, a safer alternative, which they meant they wanted me to try something like guanfacine, and I was on anamoxetine, which is a SNRI. They wanted me to try a non-stimulant first, but the punchline here is I had been on a non-stimulant for 20 years, and they wanted me to try it, and I was like, hello, I've been on it for 20 years and it's just not working because brain chemistry changes. Yeah, well, the thing is, yeah, Vyvanse is the GOAT. Yeah, so the thing is, you do build up a resistance to drugs after a while. And also, they put me on anamoxetine without really knowing what it was or how it worked. And when I told my current doctor that, he said, oh, well, anamoxetine has been known to make a lot of people mentally fatigued. And yeah. And I was like, oh, is that why I can barely remember anything from like the past couple decades? It's because my brain was like literally just like shutting down from exhaustion. Like, and I was just like blown away that they put me on that without really knowing how it worked. And they wanted me to stay on it. Oh boy. But I am so lucky that I'm in a position where I feel safe enough to advocate for myself and like my care, you know? Not everybody is like that, but you know, like definitely like, you know what, for the longest time I was always told like, oh, you don't really understand how you feel, like leave that to the doctors. But I'm like, excuse me, it's my body, like my nervous system, my brain, my stomach, like I know what I'm feeling. I know that something isn't right. And it's just like every time I've had that feeling that something was off, they found something. And I was like, oh wait, I'm not crazy. There's actually something going on. Like when I had COVID, I knew, like even though I tested negative a few times, I was like, there's something going on. Like I've never felt this sick. Yeah. I do think some people do get overprescribed and over-medicated, but for me, I think I was under-medicated. Like, because the thing is, like, now that I have the right medication, I feel like I'm finally coming into the person that I'm meant to be, you know? And it only took about 270 years to figure that out, you know? But again, I'm like a full advocate. I'm a full advocate for people seeking out the best treatment for themselves, whether it's medication or even just like somebody to talk to with or counseling. Like, you know, medication isn't for any. Yeah, it was. You know, for a while, they didn't even believe that girls could get ADHD. Like, they would always just diagnose them with depression and anxiety. Or, like, the inattentive part of ADHD, but then they found out, oh, wait, that anxiety is the hyperactivity. Yeah. It doesn't. I do counseling as well as medication, but some people don't need medication. You know, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Provigil. I didn't try modafinil. Yeah. Honestly, my hot take is I think everybody should be in therapy. Nobody is that well adjusted. I think everybody should get somebody to talk to. Like, even if you are, like, if you think you don't have anything going on, it's like, you know, everybody gets sad and mad and frustrated sometimes. It's like, you know, so it's always good to have somebody to talk to who, like, will listen unobjectively, who is not your family, because, you know, everybody, even the people you love the most will complain about you. The people who love you the most will complain about you. That is a fact of life, and it's not that they're being shady or mean. Everybody needs to vent sometimes, and it's better to do that with a therapist than with somebody you have a personal relationship with, you know? Heck, I vent about people all the time. Even the people that I get frustrated with my family and with people I consider very close friends. I get frustrated with them. And, like, you know, sometimes it's good to just... Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Sometimes you just want somebody to listen. And just, like, not even offer you advice or a solution. Somebody just to talk to. Mm-hmm. It's only human to get angry at those you care about. Like, it's perfectly normal. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Doesn't mean that you don't love them. I think, honestly, if you're frustrated with somebody, there's always a reason for a negative... Yep, exactly. Venting about somebody's neighbor. Exactly. Yeah, it's gone spooky jazz again. Yeah. But, you know, it's like, I've, like, talked smack about, like, when I was mad with a friend, at a friend. Yeah. Exactly. And honestly, it's their job to be objective, you know? But, like, when I was younger, and this is something I would do, is whenever I'd get mad at one of my friends for whatever reason, I would complain about them to another friend, and then the other person would find out, and then that person I was complaining about would get mad at me because I couldn't keep my stupid mouth shut. And so that's why I feel like, you know, it's always better to have somebody on the outside listen to it. Oh, that Eden hasn't streamed in like 3 months. She doesn't love us anymore. Yeah, exactly. But, you know, again, we were young, and young people don't always make the smartest decisions. And they're also, like, not the best at navigating social situations tactfully. And, like, people like to gossip, you know? Most people can't keep a secret to save their life, you know? Yeah, they do. Like, I've done a lot of really stupid things when I was younger. I've done some shady stuff to other people, and, like, I fucked up bad. Like, I've hurt people because I was being stupid and inconsiderate and selfish, and And like, I'm no saint, but you know, you just learn and you try your best not to do it again. Everyone's a little thoughtless sometimes. Like, you're fun. Y'all are funny. Like, honestly, I am okay. I am okay. Oh, yeah. I've been eating well. I had a... I've been eating well. I had, like... I made myself, like, a yogurt bowl this morning with some berries and granola. That was very delicious. I had a veggie burger with a salad for lunch. For dinner, I had some lentil soup with bread. Yeah, I've been eating well. I've been eating well. Taking care of this fleshy vessel that I'm currently occupying. Yeah, exactly. Learn no, learning when to shut up and keep a secret is a thing you like. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm the type of person who, like, I would say as I've gotten older, I've gotten less judgmental of other people. And I've just learned to accept that everybody is messy in their own way. And, like, honestly, I like it when people are a bit, you know, quote unquote cringe. Exactly. Like, I feel like people who aren't afraid to, like, embrace stuff that is not considered, like, you know, like, cool or, like, social, like, you know, stuff that is considered, like, weird among, like, you know, general populace. I like those people more than people who try to fit in. Yeah, learn tact. And that is a very difficult skill to learn. Honestly, like, finding out, like, yeah, finding out, like, how to act appropriately in different situations was something I, like, had to be taught, like, repeatedly as a kid because, you know, sometimes I'd just let the demon come out and it'd scare a lot of people. And I would just, like, say, oh, yeah, sometimes I like to eat people for sustenance, and, you know, that's, like, not really acceptable to say among polite company. You know. Yeah. Especially since these horns can get a bit stabby, so. When I was walking with the groomsman I was, like, paired up with at the wedding, I was worried that if I, like, moved my head too much, I would, like, just poke him in the eye. And I was like, oops. Hi, hey. Hey, Shark Darby, I think. Shark to Darby, okay. Yeah. It's like that meme where it's like, do you ever have a social interaction where you just see the negative friendships symbol? like just appear above a person's head like they're in The Sims. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't think he would have appreciated going to the ER that day. Or it's just like you say something and you're just like, oh, that was definitely like the wrong thing to say. I will say, like, navigating those situations just become like easier as you get older. And like also it's the way you say things too. Like if you say something in a very unserious way, like if you mean it as a joke, then people pick up on it. Like if you say something like it just depends on the setup and like the situation, like context, and like, yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, I hate texting. I am so bad at it, and I just get so like, I find texting like more exhausting than chatting, like face to face, because it's just like I don't know what to say. I don't know which emojis to use. Like, I don't know which gifs to react with. Like, and my stupid claws can't even type properly sometimes. Like, I don't mind talking on the phone. I used to hate it, but now it's like, oh, like I find it much easier, especially in my workforce, to, yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's always a good strategy. Just like treat everybody like the way you would want to be treated. And like, yes. Do you, Shardy, do you have a question? Or are you just waving? Excuse me, teacher. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yes, you can wave. Teacher, I have a question. Teacher, I have a question. What are all the answers to all the homework assignment? Because I didn't do it. May I go to the bathroom, teacher? No. Okay, I'll just piss on the floor then. Oh, yeah, people. My mom told me that, like, one time, like, because she used to be a teacher, that they had to close down the ladies' room, and for like a day or two, so they were like alternating who would be in the who would be like using to like the men's room, and like they would alternate like which hours would be which. And she said that they filled up the like soap like dispensers at the beginning of the day, and after like the men's block, she noticed like the soap dispensers hadn't like decreased at all. So she thinks a lot of men like use the bathroom without washing their hands, and I kind of believe it. because a lot of guys, they have this logic, well, the only thing I touched was my dick, and I know my dick's clean. Like, and it's like, I'm like, no. Like, you gotta, please wash your hands. Like, please. I'm begging you. Like, yeah, your phones are dirtier than your privates. And like, I'm sorry, like everybody, regardless, I don't care what gender you are, please wash your hands after you use the bathroom. Please. This is coming from somebody who works with the public. Wash those dirty ass hands. Yeah. Well, for me, what I do is, it depends. Like, if I'm handling something kind of, like, I wash my hands a lot during the day yeah, during the day while I work, because I work with my hands a lot, and I just feel like I get so much crud on them, so I wash my hands a lot. Yeah. So what I do is, like, my normal routine, especially if I'm working. Yeah. Or if I was just, like, somewhere in public, I wash when I get home. Or, like, if I'm, like, I don't know why, but, like, whenever I am on, like, hello, Kendra. Whenever I'm, like, riding the subway in my city, I, like, feel like I have to sanitize the shit out of my hands, like, after I, like, get off the T, because I'm just like, ew. I just touched so many things. So I, like, keep a bottle of hand sanitizer on me, like, all the time, because I'm just, like, so grossed out by everything. And I don't know if it's because I have anxiety, but just, like, the thought of touching things that so many people have touched just, like, grosses me out. Like, yeah, don't touch your face. And, like, yeah, so my routine, when I'm at work, when I wash my hands, is I wash, soap, warm water and soap, and then I use hand sanitizer, like, right after. Because we have those, well, we have a sink, like, in the back of where we work, so it's not like I have to touch a door to get out. Well, like, also, like, when I use the restroom, I use the hand sanitizer, like, after I get back to the workstation. But I always, like, use hand sanitizer after I wash my hands, like, whenever I'm out. And I'm like, this is why my hands are always dry all the time. Or, like, they're cold, like, all the time. I have cold hands. It's because I like, they're just, like, underwater constantly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, there's other things you can do to, like, help your immune system too. Like, eat, like, a lot of your immune system is also in your gut too. So eating a lot of, like, healthy probiotics and, like, good carbs can also improve your immune system. That's something a lot of people need to know more about, is, like, the secret to a lot of, yeah. Well, the soap, like, breaks. Okay, remind me to not hold hands with you, Jaywalk. But, like, a lot of like, secrets to be maintaining good health is to maintain good, like, GI health. That, like GI health is very important. Oh my gosh. I feel like I have been amazing. Hand your washes. I've been so busy just like with offline life, but I feel good now. I feel good. Like I've been yapping for like 2.5 hours. So. Yeah, I've been on adventures. And like doing my own thing and you know, touching grass. All that good stuff. But I'm so glad to be back, you know? I've been stuck in the back rooms. Oh boy, yeah. Oh my gosh, this music though. Sorry. Why is this music suddenly super epic? Oh, I am back, y'all. Yeah. Yeah, I put on slow mode so it's easier for me to read it and like catch things. Yeah. I am back. I'm back. Um but like, yeah, so honestly, if I'm gone for a while, just assume that I'm okay. Like if there was something going on, I'm sure like something really bad. I do keep in contact with my streaming friends, and if it was something really bad, they would probably mention something, but no, I've been fine. Like, especially since a lot of them. Not yet. Not yet. I need to, like, I'm going to probably go somewhere and have somebody help me build one, Kendra. But yeah, so. But I have a job now that I can pay for a decent build, so I'm excited. I'm very excited. And like, I don't know. I've just been doing my own thing. Well, I mean, like, yeah. Yeah, well, so the job I was working last year, I was like taking like a leave from. So I was kind of unemployed last year. But then I decided I wanted to try something new, and it's been going very well. And yes, better gains for me. I did recently like clear out a lot of space on my laptop, so hopefully that will help. And I've been messing. Oh? For. Yeah. Oh, are you talking about like people who reincarnate? That's sad. A lot of streamers. I mean, a lot. No, I've seen jaywalk before. I've seen jaywalk before. I mean, if I was like officially like retiring from streaming activities, I would make some kind of announcement, honestly. Cause like I don't forget about y'all. Like I'm still around. I'm always lurking. Yeah. Usually in cases like that, it's because they got into some, like, legal trouble. Or, like, a lot of people who stop streaming is either they've just become too busy, or they've given up on it, or they got into some trouble and they're just, like, laying low. But, like, honestly, I feel like I'm very Yeah, because I feel like I'm very transparent with what's going on with y'all. And if it was something, like, really bad, I would honestly, like, make a post, like, and explain what was happening. It's okay. There's a reason why the VODs are up. You can always, always, always watch them too. But, like, I'm not gonna, like, hold it against people if they can't. I'm not gonna hold it against y'all if you can't make every stream. Like, don't worry about that. Like, just do your best and come in when you can. Yeah. I don't want anybody to, like, put their life on hold for my sake. Like, please, please don't, like, skip work to watch my streams. Like, or, like, ditch your family or friends to watch me. Like, please, like, put your life first. And, like, oh, yeah, thank you, Jaywalk. Honestly, like, just take silence as me being okay. Yes. Yes, watch the stream on your smart fridge. I love that meme. Like, why is Twitter on my fridge? Again, I feel like I would let you all know if that were the case. I did find a new hobby. No, it's so stupid. I've just been playing a lot of games, like, offline. Yeah. Just, like, honestly, random shit I just find online. Like, I've been reading a lot too, and just, like, checking out some new music. Like, you know, and just, like, you know, trying new things. Like, you know, stuff that is more for me. Yeah! Yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, I like finding just, like, weird little games on, like, itch.io and just, like, trying them out. Because I feel like sometimes you just gotta game for yourself, not for content, you know? And that's okay. Minesweeper. Yeah. Yeah, how's everyone's summer been going so far? I know some of you are university students and are probably on breaks. Yeah. Like, I hope everybody's having a good summer so far. Like, I honestly want you all to be happy. Like, I want nice to see you too, Ardzilla. I want the best for everybody. Yeah. The back rooms is such like a interesting thing because it's like anybody can contribute to its lore, which I think is very cool. Yeah, I can finally play games for myself again. Yeah. Yeah. SCP is so good. Honestly, I am all for like these big like group like open source projects that literally anybody can contribute to. I just feel like it adds so much like flavor to what's already built. And it really inspires creativity too. So I just think that's really neat that we have projects like that people can just build on and like find a community in. I think that's so neat. Like, well, I do hate to say this, but it is getting quite late, and I've been yapping for a while, and I really ought to go to bed, but I've had a great time, like, reconnecting with you all, and I will be better about streaming. I know I've said that forever, but I am glad to see everybody again, and I hope to see you all for the next time. Bye-bye.